show you the easy way to locate them and find them, and then we'll jump into some scripts. And anytime you guys want to jump in and ask some questions about it, just let me know. Show you. All right, let's get going. All right, so first step, we're gonna jump into we'll jump into expireds and maybe expireds and canceled first. And so I'm gonna jump into Paragon MLS first and show you the easiest way to find them in here. Because you are a licensed realtor, you have access to see what expired, withdrawn, pulled off the market, and it could be temporary or canceled. So if you're going to do withdrawn, you want to click that one. You want to click canceled because there's temporary off the market means it's still under contract. Canceled means a canceled contract. So that showed me there's 41 total canceled deals going on in IMLS. Okay, let's just say that because there's some way up north, there's some down south, but 25 of them right here in the valley. I got some in Cuna, got some in Boise, Meridian, Emmett, and on and on and on. For you guys over in California that are using this other fun MLS, let me show you that real quick. All right. Click that in here. Oops, trying to get it in on the screen. Boy, it doesn't want to stick. Okay. Very simple. I always go to quick search. I love using the map search, but you get in here and you can show expired. You've got withdrawn and canceled. So I'm going to choose, let's see. There we go. Show those two. Very simple. You want to make sure you change the dates though. So I want to know, I don't want to know for a long time. I just want to know what's canceled recently. Usually a really good expired agent will actually have this in their daily schedule where every day they're calling what expired yesterday. And so what I'm pulling up is what expired yesterday. Oh, look at that's interesting. Oh, because I'm in commercial. Let's change that to residential. Now I'm gonna have to do all that over again. Let's get down here and look at what's expired. And oops, wrong button. There we go. All right, and then again, I'm gonna change this to, oh, it's already in there. It's saved. Okay. So it's giving me a number of, if it's 0, I would be blown away because there should be plenty that expired yesterday. Boy, it's just spinning for me. Oh, there we go. Excuse me. So we have several in here that's canceled or expired in the last 24 hours. Looks like we have 5, several. So you've got plenty of options of what you can call that expired in the last 24 hours. And I am going to throw another cough drop in my mouth because I've been a little under the weather myself. I don't want to be coughing in your guys' ears. All right. Now, for sale by owners, I use Zillow, and it's a great place. Great place to find. So I just pulled up. This is wilder, but I can get rid of that, and I can see everything that's being sold by somebody for sale by owner in the valley right here. I can throw a draw around it, map around it. Let's just see all this right here and apply it. There we go. So this one's being, and then when you click on it, it has the property owner's phone number right there. You can give the property owner a call. It's been on the market for 55 days, 14 saves, 533 views. If I was to call them, you both have options of doing things like Zillow Showcase. And I would say if I could, show you how I can increase the number of people to make it profitable, would that make sense to meet with me and then go over it? Yeah, why would they not? I see you've got this many showings. I can pull up another one in the area that's been showcased and show how many more you've looked at might be profitable. There's so many different scripts that we'll go over here in a second on that. But that's how you pull up both for sale by owners, and that's how you pull up expireds and withdrawn. In those two MLSs, there's other MLSs we can go over as well, but it's real easy to find them. My suggestion, if you're going to be doing daily expired phone calls, which you need to be doing that every agent should be doing daily expired phone calls, but a lot don't like it and they just refuse to do it. It's okay. But if it were me, I would go in, let me just grab Flex MLS because I am in here and I do get, I'm going to type in my name, Shawn. And as you see, I'm in here and I'm turned on right there. So what I like to do is I like to send myself a list of expired listings. See, Tulare, Kings County. And so looks like I need to reactivate it. It's been a while since I've done it. So very simple to do. I'm going to add a search and I'm going to create a new quick search. I'm going to go in here, change this to expired, pending. I'm sorry, nope, not pending. Expired, canceled. There we go. And I'm going to get rid of all these other ones. I don't care about what's active or anything like that. I'm calling expired and canceled listings. And I'm just gonna leave it right there. Okay, just gonna leave it. Actually, I will change it, but I'm gonna change it and I'm gonna specifically show you one important thing that will help you to make sure you're getting alerted right away so that every day you wake up in the morning and you're gonna see everything that went expired or pending the day prior. Okay, so I got that. Now I'm gonna hit save. I'm gonna name it expired listings. Sure, that's fine. There we go. I want it to go to my contact, existing contact. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna save it. Okay. Search has been saved. I don't need them to be emailed to me or anything like that. So now it's saved to my contact. Go back in here, search my name again. Oh, it's already in there. All right, so I've got it in there. It's ready to go. I've got a portal option in there, so I can send an invite to myself if I want. Messages, notes, listings, links, stuff like that. Activity, no activity right now. Okay, that's all good. So subscriptions, in here I should be able to see, if I click on that, how many are in there will start to pop up. They'll start to accumulate, populate. Um, Add another one, search, I'm sorry, subscription, add a subscription, I'm sorry, searches. I can add another one if I want right there. I can edit it if I want right there. I can even change the parameters so that it sends it to me right away. So pretty easy. Then now I'm going to be getting alerts of what's expired the day each day. Pretty cool, right? You can do that on Paragon MLS as well. You can even do that on Zillow. You can go in here and I can draw this search right here, apply it. Okay, good to go. All right, I want to save my search. Save it in my searches. Email frequently, daily. So every day it would send me an update of all these listings that's going on, and I can go through them and I can keep notes. I'm going to show you how to do that here in a second. If I jump into here and I have my daily SOI follow-up plan, can I do that for expireds, for sub-buyers and stuff like that? Yeah, because you're going to get to know the people that own these properties and you're going to be able to set them up into a follow-up plan to keep in touch with them. Weekly, monthly follow-up plan. How do I organize them all? Well, this is provided by us Network Coaching and Consulting. There's several different out there that you can find and download and use. But this one in here, you can name it whatever you want. This is a contact log, but here's how fun and easy it is. If I just click this button right here, I can do for sell by owner, expired, circle prospecting, SOI, whatever I want. Let's just say canceled for sell by owner. I'm going to put the name of the client. Okay, that's the person that's selling their house. Did I ask for an appointment? Yes or no? Did I get an appointment? Did I ask for a referral off of it? Did I get a referral? And then whatever my follow-up notes are that I want to do, and then I'm going to go to my next one. And each day I'm getting to know all these all these different people that I'm going to continue to call, leave messages, ask notes, use the scripts that are provided, and I'm just going to keep adding to it. Okay, eventually I'll get into for sale by owners, can be on the same log, or I can create a new log. And I'll send you all this copy here shortly. So now each day I'm working on contacting this. Now I saw something earlier that talked about SOI. You know, SOI, you have your 40 contact plan per year. And if you do a good job at your 40 contact plan per year in your SOI, you're projected to get, say, 7-to-1 ratio or something like that. Then it takes, let's just say it takes 40 contacts to get 7 leads. Now that same ratio works on for sale by owners and expireds, but it's more like 20 to 25 contacts. See how much more you can get off of for sale by owners and expireds? A whole lot more. So you could definitely get a lot more listings on the market if you have a structured daily plan. There's so many available. I showed you in Paragon MLS. I showed you in Flex MLS that there are plenty. There's never not a time of the day that you can't go and attempt to pick up a new listing or buyer. And this is how you keep organized. So that way you know the conversation you had with that property owner, what the conversation was, and you just keep going on and on and on. All right, so now let's jump over to what we're doing. We're organizing our sales process through different phases. We've got leads. I just showed you, you've got leads, okay? We're prospecting those leads. We're working on setting appointments, setting sales calls, delivering them, and then they become clients. They put it on the market. We move down the line. It's not rocket science, right? It's pretty simple. You got to have leads. You got to work them through your funnels, your prospecting, and then they become clients, and then you close them and help them reach their goal. Now I'm going to move down over here. Let's talk about how we deal with the objections. The objections are not going to go away. They're going to be there. But the funny thing is with for sale by owners and expireds, they're the same. They're always the same. It's not like you're dealing with different, transactional items, which all transactions, some of them can be the same, some of them are quite different. When it comes to dealing with how to get them to that transaction table, though, the conversations are always going to be the same. You just got to get better and better at presenting the scripts. They're the same scripts. Same scripts people have been using for years and years and years. You just get better at talking, at becoming a friend, at getting to know them, so you're not just some other person on the other side of the phone that's dialing them. Objection 1, we're leaving it off the market, taking a little break. Objection 2, we're going to relist with a friend or agent. Objection 3, we're going to sell ourselves and go for sale by owner. Then you switch over to the for sale by owner script. Objection 4, we're interviewing but not dropping the price. It's okay. Get an appointment. Let's go talk to them. Validation. We're leaving it off the market, taking a little break. That's an option. It's also taking a break from the plans you had when you did want to move. Where were you looking to go? What was your plans? What were you thinking? Getting them to think, it is, right? We have this plan. So I've got a client in California that's been wanting to remove her property from the market and put it back on the market in the spring for about 3 months now. Maybe 2 months. And I've had these conversations with her over and over again. Well, you realize that's moving your plans all the way till next spring. What if we miss an opportunity to get a buyer? Because if we were to go to Zillow, we see all these people are watching your property. If we take it on the market, we're going to lose all that. We're going to start from scratch with new people that are clicking on it, not the people that are already watching it. We don't want to lose that forward momentum. In this case, that's an option. You can do that, but what are your goals and plans you're looking to do? What I'm excited to meet with you about is when you do move to Georgia, Idaho, Tennessee, Florida, wherever they're moving, the net from your home sell is enough to buy down your next interest rate, pay for the moving costs. If our program is as a fit for you, let's book time right now. So you've got a program, you've got a system that you're going to present to them. And if it works for them, then it'll be a good fit. You can make things happen. But the thing is you need to explain to them that you're excited. You're excited to meet with them. and help them move to wherever they're moving because you validated, found out what they had to do, validate them. You got to hear them, you got to parrot it back to them, and then you handled it and help them get to the closing table to make the decision. And well, you're excited to show them that they how much money they have so that they can make this move happen. Most people just have this number in their mind. The agent didn't do a good job going over net with them to show them that, hey, how much do you need to make the move? Okay, well, here's the net to help you make that move. We're going with a friend. What benefit did you expect to get by relisting with the same agent? That's a great question, right? We're going to list it with a friend or the same agent. Okay, well, what benefit do you expect to get by relisting with the same agent? You want to ask them the question to get them to answer that question. Like, what is the benefit to relist it? And if there is a benefit, well, they're giving me a discount on commission. Well, you found out. That's what it's all about is the money. Okay, great. It typically is, but a lot of times it's typically about the money they don't want to pay the agent, and they're going to get a break from a family friend. Okay, what I'd like to do is walk you through how my system finds more options like the one I'm suggesting to you right now. You can turn down all of them if you like. But let me show you. That's me. Let me show you how I sell properties a little different or how I sell properties. Let me show you just how my system works. Maybe it's totally different than theirs. I'll tell you what, if I step into a room and that current agent isn't using Zillow Showcase, they're probably going to list with me because I do Zillow Showcase in all my higher end properties where most agents don't do that. It's an extra 250 bucks, but it's a good amount of money. And some people pay more. We're part of a system, so we get it down to 250. Some people pay 300 or more for a listing. But still, 300 to get that much more action and to pick up another listing is a great sales pitch. That's just one thing. What's this one? Well, we're going to go for sale by owner expired. Welcome to the industry. Look at that. Well, welcome to the industry. You're going to be represented in the market. Maybe you'd be interested in a partnership and see what we bring to the table. Welcome to the industry. Sounds like you're going to be selling real estate just like me, so that's great. Maybe you'd be interested in a partnership. Let me show you how I can come in and kind of help you with that sell, and we partner together on it. Maybe you'd be interested in a partnership. A totally different spin on it, right? There's about 7 places you can concentrate on to avoid what happened last time. Would you be open to working with me to see if we can tackle 4 or 5 together in 15 minutes? Okay. Would you like to start tonight? Let's get together. We're interviewing, but not dropping the price. Price is crucial, and we'll both talk about price. Let's be upfront about it. Let's be honest. I've got a property I'm going to value right now. It's a seller that wants to sell their home. I'm going to value it today. And it's a potential flip property. And I don't know if anyone's actually showed them net sheets. So I asked them, how much you owe on the property? I'm asking them all these questions that you think someone might be a little private about. Nope. If I'm going to be the true professional, I need to find everything else, everything about his property, how much he owes on it. I asked him what his monthly payments are. I asked him all that because if he's going to continue to keep it each month over month, guess what? If he's paying 1,400 bucks a month, he's going to pay another 1,400 bucks next month. And every month he's choosing not to sell it and just hold on to it. Nobody's living in it. It's really, really distressed. It needs a lot of work. So it's not really livable right now. Then every day, every month, he's already wasted 2 or 3 months. He's already $3,000 or $4,000 in the hole. So he's just losing more and more money every month. So I'm asking those questions so that I can present my case to him when I meet with him. All right, so then your job is to go in there and find that out on this form. And by the way, I'll send this form over to you in a bit. All right, so let's get into some scripts about expireds. Okay, so when they answer the phone, you say, hey, this is Shawn. Oh, hey, Jeff, this is Shawn with Cardoza Real Estate Group. And call him because your home has come up on the expired listing. So calling to see when you plan to hire another agent to sell your home. I've used that script so many times. Like, when are you going to be interviewing other agents? I want to know. I want to interview for the job. Now they think, oh yeah, I love it that I get to interview you, right? So that's a great script. Script 2. Hey, this is John with ABC Real Estate. I'm calling about the house that was listed in the multiple listing service that expired. I wanted to interview for the job. There it is. I want to interview for the job and get your home back on the market and sold. Are you interested in moving? Hey, it's Shawn, Cardoza Real Estate Group, and notice that your listing at 1235 Peppercorn Court is no longer active. I wanted to see if you're going to take this opportunity to interview a different agent. Interview, interview, interview. It's our job. What if you're going to leave a voicemail? I'm calling about the home for sale. My number is this. And when they call back, you say who you are. Okay. Script two. Hey, this is Shawn Cardoza. I'm calling about the house you had listed in the multiple listing service, and I'd like to talk to you about the home. Would you please call me back at this number? Script number three. Leave a voicemail. Hey, this is Shawn Cardoza, Cardoza Real Estate Group. I'm calling about the house you had listed that's no longer listed on the market. If you're interested in taking the opportunity to interview a different agent. So each one of them's a little different. Each one of them's giving more and more information. But break that up. Give each one of them a shot. See which one works. Get that call back, and then go over these up top. Have a conversation with them. All right, let's jump into more expired listing scripts. Hello, it's Shawn Cardoza. And then they're going to say, who? And you're going to say, well, Shawn Cardoza, Cardoza Real Estate Group. The reason for my call today is because your home came up this morning, expired MLS. Is your home currently listed for sale? If yes, great. Thank you for your time. If no, then continue with the script. Can I ask you, have you not relisted your home yet? Why you haven't relisted your home yet? And you're just you just want to have a back and forth conversation. Can I ask you why you haven't relisted it yet? And they may turn around and say, you're about the fifth realtor that's called me. Yeah, you're a popular guy today. I bet that bill's pretty good. Getting a lot of attention right now. You're a popular guy today. Well, the reason for my call today is that I specialize in properties just like yours and didn't sell the first time around. I specialize in properties like yours that didn't sell the first time around. You're a specialist. I have a unique process for identifying and predicting the stability of a home and would be very excited to meet with you about the techniques I use to sell homes. Now, you may be beating yourself up thinking, that sounds salesy. For them, they're going to be excited that maybe this guy has got a different technique because the first guy failed. You got to remember, you're not dealing with real estate agents. You're dealing with people that have never done it before, or that have tried to sell it, or that think they can do it themselves, or that think there's a better way. Um, Stacy, you came in a little late. I'm so sorry. I went over how to find those. I'm seeing your message. I'll go over it again here in a minute. Okay. Give me a second. I'll go back over it. Well, the reason for, okay, let me get back down here. Great. Would 3 o'clock work today or 4 o'clock be better? Schedule the appointment. Get that appointment. All right. Expired listing number two. Hello, I'm looking for blank. This is Agent Shawn Cardoza with the Cardoza Real Estate Group. Of course, you know your home is no longer listed with the previous agent, so I was wondering, when do you plan to hire another agent? Or, hello, I'm Shawn Cardoza, Cardoza Real Estate Group. I noticed your home is no longer on the market for sale. I was calling to see if you still want to sell it. Don't be that salesy. Just curious. Do you still want to sell it? What's funny is we're sitting here beating ourselves up, and that's a pretty simple script. Hey, it's Shawn Cardoza. You still want to sell your home? That's what we're asking. Get the conversation going. And they're either going to say yes or no, and they might say, no, I'm going to wait until the spring. And then what do you do? I want to wait for the spring. Let's see. I'm leaving it off the market now. Oh, that's an option. It's also taking a break from the plans you had when you did want to move. Where are you wanting to move? So the scripts are there. All right. So are you just taking your home off the market? Do you no longer want to move? Are you getting a lot of calls? I bet you're wondering why these agents didn't show your home while it was for sale, don't you? Totally understand the curiosity. Because, be real, come up with it. Yeah, bring it out. Let's just bring it out in the open. I bet you're kind of curious where all these agents were, huh? Where were they when you had it on the market? If you had sold this home, where would you be going? What's your time frame? Why do you think the home didn't sell? How did you pick your last agent? That's a great one. How'd you pick your last agent? What do you think went wrong? Why do you think it didn't sell? Make them admit that it was the price. Has anyone told you why they thought your home didn't sell? Did you know that the primary reason homes don't sell is due to lack of exposure? Hey, showcase, Zillow Showcase. You get a lot more exposure. I sold one in a neighborhood I showed you guys a while back. That other property's still on the market. And I showcased mine, they didn't. We weren't very far off on price. Theirs was bigger, a little bit more expensive, but not a ton. And I got cash offers. I think I got two cash offers and a financing offer. Yeah, where they at? Okay, how about we meet 20 to 30 minutes so you can see exactly what it'll take to sell your home. I can come by at 4 or 5. All right. They just keep going and going. We're not putting it back on the market, so here's your objective script to that. Really? Well, if it's sold, where were you planning to move? If they say they don't want to put them out in market, find out where they're planning to move. Find out their why, because then you're going to end up finding out that they still would like to move. They would love to put it back on the market. How soon do you want to be there? What do you think stopped it from selling? Again, what got in the way? Why do you think it didn't sell? If I were to represent you with a strong, or if I were to present you with a strong offer to purchase your home, would you still be willing to at least look at it? If I brought you an offer, would you still be interested? You're going to find out, yeah. Okay, well, let's meet. Let's talk about this. The goal is appointment set. Appointment set, appointment met. We go back over to this one over here. Appointment set, appointment met. Okay, did you ask for an appointment? Did you ask for the appointment? You've got to get the appointment face to face. That way they can meet you. Did you have the appointment? Okay, we're keeping track here. Objective, waiting for the market to get better. Well, I understand this market's been challenging. You know, that you're going to hear that one a lot right now. Just out of curiosity, if you did sell, where would you be moving? What's important about where you're going? You see, I specialize in selling houses that didn't sell the first time around. How many homes don't sell the first time you're on the market? Or many homes don't sell the first time you're on the market, and it takes different approach. Let me show you how I can do it a little bit different, or let's come with a game plan together on how we can do it a little different so it doesn't happen again. I'm going to relist with the same agent. I understand that makes sense that you feel obligated to allow your last agent another chance to sell your home. But what do you think they will do differently this time around? So I had this exact script used on me, and they ended up listing with another agent because that other agent totally sold them and told them that everything they wanted to hear. He was an expired listing guy and he got it. And he beat me out. I was supposed to relist it in the spring. Well, it ended up not selling until late summer. It was on the market a long time with the other agent. It was only on the market with 2.5 months with me. And they were on the market almost a full 5, 6 months. And they finally sold it. It was just a tough price point. They had a price really high. I'm going to sell it myself or sell by owner. After what you have been through, I can certainly understand. What do you think went wrong the first time you had it for sale? Totally understand after what you went through. It makes sense that you want to try to do it yourself. What do you think went wrong the first time? We don't want to go directly to the problem. We want to find out the needs. We got to do a needs analysis and find out what their mindset is. Why do they think it didn't sell the first time? What happened? Let's go down here. I've already found a different agent. I see. You've already filled out the paperwork with them. Have you already filled out the paperwork with them? Ask them the question. If they haven't, then it's time to move on to the next. Great. Even the best houses don't sell the first time around. So I can get right into the fact that he already found an agent, or I can just start talking to him about it and who I am and how I do things different. In fact, I specialize in selling homes that didn't sell the first time around. Are you getting what I'm laying down? You see how you're the specialist? You see how that script keeps coming up over and over again? You see, I specialize in selling homes that didn't sell the first time around. That you've heard me say that about 5 or 6 times now. It's the way you show them that you are a specialist in dealing with for sale by owners or difficult properties to sell. I'm the specialist that jumps in there and gets them sold, gets them to the finish line. I see. Do you think you own it yourself? Do you think you owe it to yourself to interview multiple agents for the job to ensure that the home sells for the highest price possible? Do you think you owe it to yourself? Do you think you owe it to yourself to interview other agents to make sure that you're getting the most you can out of this? All right, let's schedule the appointment. All right, how about some for sale by owners? Let's jump into FISBOs for a second. Hi, I'm looking for the owner of the home for sale. This is, and these are telephone scripts, by the way. That's intros, okay? I'm looking for the owner of the home for sale. This is Shawn Cardoza, Cardoza Real Estate Group. As the area specialist, it's my goal to, again, specialist in properties that didn't sell, area specialist. It's my job, my goal to know about all the homes for sale in the market for the buyers I'm working with, Okay? Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about your property? Am I trying to pick up the listing or am I trying to help a bunch of buyers I have? Trying to help buyers is what I'm my angle. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about your home? I know that when I saw your listing online, it said your home had 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Are the rooms a good size? Are they pretty good size rooms? How about the kitchen? Have the bathrooms been updated? Would you tell me about the yard? Ask questions about his house. Let the seller explain to you all about their home. Is there anything else that's unique about your home that potential buyers would like to know about? Sounds like you have a great home. Why are you selling it? Find out their reason. What's their why? Why are they selling it? Okay, how did you decide the area? Do you love the area? What do you like about the area, the neighborhood? Are there any amenities in the neighborhood that you love? Serenity, out in the middle of the country. What is it you love about it? So do you have your current home so do you have your current home before buying your next one? Do you have to sell your current home is what it's supposed to say. It's missing something there. Before you have to buy the next one. When did you want to move by? How did you determine the list price? Find out, like, for sale by owner, how did he decide? Where is he looking to go? How did he decide to sell it where it's at? And remember, the reason why he or she is answering these questions is because you told them up here that you are the expert of the area and it's your job, the specialist, it's your job to know about all the homes in the area for all the buyers you're working with. That's why they're answering all these questions that you're asking them. Lay the foundation. You got to set the foundation, set the scene. This is your scene, set it, and then ask all the questions. You're going to learn a lot about them. Is there an advantage to using me to market your home? Would you consider it? Is there any advantage you think that you can utilize me to help you market that home for sale? Any advantages? Normally at this point, I would say let's get together in 20 minutes so we can discuss how we can help you achieve the goal. I have some time today. Would that or would this time work better? Hey, it's Shawn Cardoza, Cardoza Real Estate Group. I'm calling because we just sold another home in the Johnson Meadows area, and I happen to notice that you had your property, or that you are interested in selling your property. You're interested in selling your property. It's on the market, right? No. It's on Zillow. Yeah, it is. But someone's got to click specific buttons over here. If I just click for sell, right? That's great. But I gotta actually go over here to the more options and choose owner posted. I gotta actually choose that because otherwise it's gonna show all of these and it's getting buried in a lot more listings, right? I just went to 5,969 properties in that general area from 60. If I just showed them that alone, that your property is buried in over 5,969 of the listings, are you getting the visibility that you deserve to get that property sold? That could sell it right there. Is that okay? Hi, Shawn Cardoza. I'm calling because is the property still available or do you currently have it under contract? The home that sold recently had about 2,000 square feet, four bedroom, two bathroom. How big's yours? When your home doesn't sell, or when your home does sell, where do you plan to move? Just curious, how long are you going to try to sell it yourself? If I were to bring you a buyer while you're trying to sell it, would you cooperate and pay commission? Now, if you talk to Billy Garcia, who I don't believe he's on this call, he'll tell you that's one of his openings. He finds out right away, are you willing to pay an agent commission? Okay, great. So if I was to go in there and partner with you on it, I think that's his script, something like that. Would you be willing to pay just a little bit more if I'm able to get you a bigger reach and a little more exposure? You're willing to pay three? Are you willing to pay a little bit more? And he locks in 4% interest or 4% commissions, 2% to a buyer, 2% to him. 2% commission is usually the minimum a broker wants you to accept on your transactions. Typically, it's 2%. If anything lower than 2%, usually a broker wants you to call them and ask them why, not just to lock it in. Your broker's responsible. Everything you're doing is under the broker's responsibility. So you're supposed to talk to the broker if you're doing anything less than 2%. Most brokerages want it that way. So if I do a 2% and 2%, like they're willing to pay a buyer agent 2%, and I could take 2%, that's a good deal. I think that's a great strategy that Billy Garcia uses. So he asked that question early on, and he uses that to segregate into, hey, would you willing to pay a little bit more if I can show you how I can market and get you more exposure? Let's meet. And then he gets the appointment. Obviously, I can't sell something without seeing it. When would be a good time for me to come take a look at the home and get that in-person appointment? Mr. and Mrs. For Sale Buyer or Seller. Oh, this is so fun. This is the Rolex the Rolex analogy. If I took a Rolex directly from the store and kept the packaging of it and even left the original price tag on it, and I put that watch in the garage in a garage sale, do you think I could get the same amount of money for it than if I were to sell it in the store? Probably not in a garage sale. You already know the answer. It's no, of course not. Because there's a salesperson and a company involved in selling the watch. Just by having the expertise of a salesperson, the value of the watch goes crazy up, right? Now, if I took the same watch and put it in an auction, could I get more money for it than if I put it in a garage sale? You're right. Definitely, possibly could. Now, I can't promise you that I'll get more than one offer on your home, but I can tell you that putting it on the market with an expert in your corner is more like selling it in an auction than listing it by yourself, which is more like the garage sale. And you do want a higher selling price, don't you? I love that Rolex analogy. Isn't that fun? All right, last one here. 3 questions. All right, this is filtering the script. If I brought you a qualified buyer, would you be willing to pay 3% commission? Question one. Easy, simple. You can call as many for sale by owners right now and simply ask that question. And then say, all right, so if I were to bring a buyer, you would be willing to do that. If I could do a little bit more marketing for you and actually kind of help you get it out there, would you be willing to pay just a little bit more than the 3%? How about 4? How about 5? How long are you going to try to sell your home on your own before exploring other options? Another great question. If you don't sell your home by that time, what other options you consider? Those are the simplest 3. If you just memorize those 3 scripts out of every script I just went over with you right now, if you just memorize those 3 scripts and try to make some dials today. Now remember, go back to the beginning. Okay, so for 40 contact plan on your sphere of influence. Okay, it takes 40 contacts and you potentially get 7 listings or buys, 7 transactions out of your sphere of influence if you do a 40 contact plan per year. On for subliners and expireds and canceled, it lowers down to about 20 to 25 contact plan. A lot less contacts, 20 to 25 contacts to get the same result of about 7. A lot less, but you've got to use a simple 3-tier system like this over and over again and see what happens. All right, so 2 things. Stacy asked the question on how to find for sale by owners and expireds and cancel. All right, so first step first, I'm gonna jump into this one right here, which is Zillow. And Zillow, I just simply, picked for sale, and then I went over here, clicked more options. I choose owner posted, applied that. And now if I click on any of these listings, they're for sale by owners, scroll down, there's your phone number. Bam. Easiest way to do it to get for sale by owners, all right? There's a lot of systems out there. This one's one of them called Vortex. Colby Lampman pays for this one. Anyone can get access to this for a really low cost of right around 40 bucks a month, 50 bucks a month, 30 bucks a month, somewhere around there. I think it's $39.99 if you want specific ones. If you want geo leads, $39.99. You want for sale buyers expires, I think it gets you up to about, let's see, I'm going to click all these. It gets you up to about, I think 49.99 or 59.99. So about 60 bucks a month, and you can get all these phone numbers in here you want. All right, so these are all expired for sale by owners that just popped up in here. There's a phone number, there's a name, phone number, name. That's Toll Brothers or Hubble Homes. You're gonna, don't want to call the new construction ones. North Star, there's Stephanie. Stephanie. There's Tom. There's Caroline and their phone number, Tracy. And these should be pretty decent numbers. They've been vetted in several different ways by Vortex. And this is called RedX. RedX uses a system, their platform is called the Vortex platform. RedX is where you go to get this. And you can get all these phone numbers in here. There's another one called Cole Realty that can get you pretty good numbers as well. If you're going after distressed property, it is called, I want to say Market Watch, not Market Watch. What are the distressed? If you guys know off the top of your head, say it out loud in here, those of you that know it. There's another platform, has to do with a Target. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, some very good, easy ways to get phone numbers. And if I click on any of these, it'll actually tell me if any of these numbers are on the do not call list. I don't see any DNCs on here. That one's a good one. Let me see, Cynthia. Don't see any DNCs on there either. Most of these, you'll start seeing DNCs that say do not call. Not most of them, but some of them. So you'll look for those. You don't want to call them. Door knock them. And that's a great way to do for sale buyers expireds. I know some agents that every day their job, part of their lead generation is to go out and door knock and expired everything that expired in the last week, month. Another thing, Stacy, that I went over is I clicked on Paragon MLS since you're in Idaho, and I went over to my criteria, and I chose expireds and withdrawn, but I don't want temporary off the market. I want fully canceled. You got to have fully canceled because temporary off the market means it's still under contract. So I didn't check that button, but I just checked canceled, expired. Okay, saved it. I went down here and I changed it to everything that had expired in the last 24 hours. Because other than that, they've been like last 24 hours, you might be late to the game. All right. You want them like let me see what's expired today so far. See if it shows me anything. 14. So 14 expired today. So each day, and you can actually set yourself up under your contacts as a client. And then you can set it up with a search like this so it sends you daily. You wake up in the morning, you get on your computer, and you find out daily what's expired. So I did it. I was showing them in Flex MLS, which is our MLS in California, and Northern Idaho uses Flex as well. And how I'm set up in here as a client, I've been in for a very long time, right here. And I have a subscription. I actually had one in Tulare Kings County, and I have a second one here. So setting yourself up as a client so that you get each day, and then now it's part of your daily lead generation plan to go out and door knock those expired listings and for sale by owners. Hey, I was in the area. I have a couple other properties I was looking at. I saw yours and I was just curious. Go over here and grab one of our for sale by owner scripts, memorize them, get to know them. Let's just grab this one right here. If I brought you a buyer, I'm the expert of the area. I have some buyers that I'm kind of been looking for, and I don't know a lot about your home. I didn't see it, but I saw your sign out front. So I saw it on, I was looking specifically. It's hard to look, but you have to hit some buttons on Zillow, and it came up that you had it. And so I thought, hey, I'll just stop by and say hi. If I brought you a buyer, do you be willing to pay 3% on this? Yeah, okay, great. How long are you going to try to sell it yourself before you explore other options? Oh, you have no intention on hiring an agent. Okay, great. Yeah, no worries. No intentions. Okay. If you don't sell your home by that time within the timeline, what are your options you might consider? Would you be able to be willing to pay just a little extra if someone helps you with a little bit of marketing? Because I could show you on Zillow how it was not easy to find your listing, unless I drive by. And then you show them this. I don't know if you saw this or not, Stacy. This is kind of funny. So there's 60, or sorry, 75 right there on the market for sale by owner. But if I click, because this is, if you simply just showed them this, that there's 6,500 listings on the market on Zillow in this general area, and you're only one of 75. So you're getting flooded. It's people aren't seeing it um, as like you should. But what if I actually did this? Look at how that's showcased. Let's look at the difference between this listing and your listing. Oh, wow. Look at that. The media is moving. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, wow. Very nice. Oh, I can actually do a 3D tour walkthrough of your home. Like, oh, you would like to do this? Well, you need to go through an agent, and the agents can do this. This is an agent tool. And now I can actually just, completely walk through your home. I can see different stuff. It's pretty fun. And bada bing, bada boom, you pick them up as a listing. For sale by owners and expireds are not difficult. What's difficult is getting yourself a little in the mindset to actually do it. Went over a lot of scripts today. Who wants those scripts? If you guys want
I'd,
them, I'll
I'd love them.
email them. All right, I'm going to email them to you guys right now. So keep a lookout.
Yes, send them my way.
Okay, you got it. It's coming
Thank
over.
you.
You're welcome. Just give me a moment. It'll be in your inbox shortly. Have a good day, guys. Go get it. Make every day amazing.
Yes, sir. Have a great day, Shawn. Thank you.
Thank
Dude,
you.
Thanks,
we'll